guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be discussing about functions. For a new person, what a function is basically it makes a clean code, and it basically helps a set of code to be reused, and various other things are there with functions. Let's start the topic. So basically, how to write a function. Till today you might have seen what is a package, how it is imported, then why it is main function and why it is important. So basically, main is an important function in Go language. Without main you cannot run any program, right? Let's say I want to greet somebody, okay, and I want to greet you people, okay. So what I'll do is I'll just write a function. I'll just copy this thing. Welcome to my channel Nayal Tech, right? And I'll call this function here. This is how it has been called. Welcome to my channel Nayal Tech, okay. So you might be thinking like I could have written it directly here and not called it, right? But what happens is right now it is just one line of code. Let's say you have 100 or 1,000 line of code. Then if you will write everything inside your main, then your main will be very clumsy. You won't be able to find things. If there is some bugs or some error comes, it will be very difficult for you to debug that thing. So that's why we make functions. So once you write functions here, now it will be very simple. If some bugs come, you can just see that okay, this is going to greet function. You can just check this much line of code here. So this is how it works. Let's say now you want that to greet a specific person. So what you'll do is you'll just give a name. You can ask this name from somebody, from your code also, and you'll pass this name here, okay. You'll get take this name here, and name should be in string. You have to define what will be the data type of this variable, right? Welcome. I have written this formatter, comma, uh, name, sorry, okay. Welcome Amit. So cool, this looks good, right? If I'll explain this name, I have defined, I've given a variable name in which I have assigned a value Amit. Then I'm greeting Amit. How it is greeting? I've just passed this name here, and it is saying welcome Amit. So this is how these things work. Here, if you have to just write it like you might have seen in other programming languages, you can in another programming languages you can just write a function inside a function, right? Let's see here what happens. Unexpected greet. So here we cannot write functions inside a function, right? Okay. So here you might have heard of anonymous functions. Here also you can write a function without name, okay, like this. Like this you can write a function anonymously, okay. Let's take another example, one more example. Let's say you have two three numbers and you have to sum them, okay. So I am making a function named sum. I'll just remove this. It takes two values. One is integer type, is also integer type, okay. And I have called it here 10 comma 12, and what I have to do is z equals to x plus y, let's say, right? In dot println z. Let's say this is what we want. Okay, what happened here is there is a function named sum. It takes two arguments, x and y. Okay, and it is giving the sum of these two numbers, right? And it is printing it here. So here we have called this function and it is giving 22, which is correct. But let's say you want an output here and do something with that output, then you might be needing that output, right? So if you want a function to return something, see, this is how in any other programming language you'll do, right? But not here. No value uses value. You have returned the z, but you have not declared that you will be returning something. You have to say that your return type will be integer type. Now if you run it, see, you have returned 22 here. Cool. Let's say there is another example that, let's say you don't know how many values you have to sum it, or let's say just you have to print the values, but you don't know how many values a user will be passing. It can pass 2 values, 3 values, 4 values, anything, any number of values it can pass. Okay, so in that case what you'll do is x int, which means x number of values, x values, and it should be integer type, and it can be any number of values, and you will just print it here, or just print, let it be. Okay, let's say you have x values, then let's, like, the user don't know, the function don't know how many values a person will be sending, right? See, to use this value you have to use for loop here. We have not discussed for loop till now, and once the for loop is discussed, you'll be very clear about it. So I'm not going forward also. Once we discuss the for loop here, then only it will be helpful for you guys, right? So in my next video I think I'll be discussing for loops only. So stay tuned, and please like, subscribe the channel. Till that time, you can just go through these videos, go through the exercism.com, which I have shown in my first second videos. It is a very good platform to start coding in Go language. And please comment your queries in the comment box, and I'll be surely making a video on that. And if you face any difficulty till now, please comment that also. I'll be very much happy to help. Bye.